100 miles per hour. Looking at this circulation right here, again, it looks like we're probably going to find the tornado in the circulation east of I-35, just south of Del City right there. And it's going to be where you see this red and this green, again, tightening up on the right-hand side of your television screen. That is coming in from Chris Lee. That is Chris Lee shot. Any tornado that's within this will be rain-wrapped. Again, it will be rain-wrapped. We're seeing lots of areas of inflow right now within both of these storms right now. And not only that, but also the potential to have some very large hail. Again, some very large hail within these storms. And again, there's the potential as well for large hail, damaging straight line winds. The winds have been up around 90 miles per hour with both of these storms. And right now, it looks like any rotation that's going to be coming in here will be just north of I-240, southeast 44th Street, east of I-35. And you can see here, it looks like we're getting some winds that are going to be around 70 miles per hour. And that is going to be literally just southeast of downtown Oklahoma City, running right over the Oklahoma River there on the east side of I-35. So where it makes that bend, where 35 goes north or 40 goes east there, you can see it looks like we're getting some very strong winds that are going to be just south of I-40 there. So we continue this tornado warning. Again, it looks like the potential is still there to see spin-ups, and every now and then we do see the rotation tighten up, and then it kind of loosens on out, and then it'll tighten up again. So once again, it looks like this is still trying to do something. Now, again, whether or not there is a tornado and there or not is all going to be rain wrapped, so you're not going to be able to see this tornado if it's in there. But again, Rusty, we can zoom in right here and again look at where the area of rotation will be. Looks like it's going to be right along I-240 here. And look on the right-hand side of your television screen. You can see, looks like those look like power flashes. Or is that lightning that's coming in from Chris's shot? Chris, is he still available? Chris, was that lightning or power flashes?
Damon,
Go ahead, Chris.
those are power flashes, Damon. We're seeing flashes from the ground. That's just to the north of 240 around Air Depot. We are at, we just crossing under, I believe that's Midwest Boulevard Bridge. We're looking back to our south, back to our west, just to the north of 240. Problem is we're not able to make a whole lot of time on here because traffic is really slowed down. So I hope this thing is not going any faster than it has been. We're doing about 25 miles an hour right now. But
okay.
I did see power flashes. I saw multiple power flashes just to the north of 240. My guess would be around Air Depot and about 59th Street. In the last few minutes.
Okay, Chris. I believe that the sirens are going off in Norman. This storm, this circulation looks like it might be getting awfully close to Tinker Air Force Base. Again, Tinker Air Force Base. If you're basically anywhere from, I would say, Tinker Air Force Base south of I-40 there, just right around the Tinker Diagonal. Again, right between, I'd say, east of I-35, kind of in that little zone area right here. Okay, this is going to be with a rotation. It looks like this rotation is tightening up. The tornado risk is still certainly there with this storm. Again, anything that's going to be on the ground is going to be rain wrapped between I-240, I-40, southeast 44th Street. Tinker Air Force Base is going to be right here. This is going to be just west of Tinker. Again, just west of Tinker. As you can see our radar coming through here, where we see the red, that's going to be winds moving in this direction, and the green, you can see the winds moving in that direction. You can see we're still sampling what appears to be winds that are going to be up around 60, 70 miles per hour, but still that rotation is going to be tightening up within this. Again, it looks like it's still going to have a tornado threat, and I do believe there may be two inflow areas. Probably going to be an inflow area right here and then another area right here. So again, we're kind of working with a very strange tornado potential here. This is not like what we had last week where you could clearly see where the tornado was. Again, this is going to be just right along I-240, and it looks like this is now going to be moving right over Sooner Road. So now we're getting awfully close to the Tinker Air Force Base, and we're sandwiched in between I-40, I-240, southeast 44th Street, southeast 59th Street. Circulation is going to be spinning right in between just west of Sooner Road at the corner of 59th Street, 44th Street, and you can see we are now getting into the proximity of Tinker Air Force Base. So now we are just about 1 mile west of Tinker Air Force Base, where we are seeing the inflow, and it looks like this is going to be right along southeast 44th Street, south of I-40, inflow coming in here. And again, it looks like this is just going to be right in between 44th and 59th Street and Sooner Road. Right now, and even if there's not a tornado, certainly getting some very strong winds. Again, anyone that is going to be in this area right here, you need to be below ground. Again, you need to be in your tornado shelter right now. Rusty.
They're going to issue a new tornado warning for southwest Canadian County. Let's look at Advantage Doppler HD. The Weather Service is just not playing around, and I don't blame them. Anytime they see a circulation pop up on the southern side, they say Doppler HD, or Doppler 3D, guys. I apologize. If you look at this here, we are on the southwest side of Canadian County. We're west of Union City. We are north of Kogar. This is a new circulation that has developed. This is now going to be tornado warned. I'll see if we picked up on it yet. They haven't actually issued it. This is coming from the NWS chat. So again, this is a new warning. New warning, looking to see if it's come up. I'm going to go ahead and put a storm track from that circulation. We'll drop it to the south and east at around 15 miles an hour, but it's the same areas. If you live in Union City or Minco, you need to get in your area of safe shelter. A new tornado warning coming out for that circulation that I've just highlighted. This will be south of I-40, headed down 81. This would be on the southern sides of Canadian County and the northern sides of Grady County. Union City, Minco, you need to be in your safe area. Again, if you do not have a storm shelter, try and put as many walls between you as the outside as you can. Cover yourself with a pillow, put on a helmet, a mattress, whatever you got to do to try and stay safe. Again, this circulation has cropped up. The Weather Service has issued a new tornado. And again, Damon, going back to it, they do believe that tornado is wrapping up near Tinker Air Force Base. So let's go back to Doppler HD. Come on back in, Damon. And again, they're really concerned about Tinker Air Force Base right now.
Yeah, Tinker Air Force Base just west. So here's Tinker. All right, Sooner Road. We're looking right here. Get real close in here. So here's the Air Force Base, southeast 44th Street. Sooner Road, right along 59th Street. This will be south of I-40. Again, we're looking at this rotation right here. Again, with all of the ingredients that we have out there this afternoon and evening. As Rusty mentioned, National Weather Service not messing around whatsoever with this. You see rotation, the potential for this to produce a tornado is going to be there. So we see this rotation right here. Again, this is going to be right along southeast 44th Street and at the corner of Sooner Road. Sooner Road, 44th Street, that's where the tornado, if there's going to be one wrapped in rain, will be occurring. That's going to be south of I-40, literally about 1 mile west of Tinker Air Force Base. You can see it right here where we continue to see the red and the greens tightening up. Once again, this is going to be the red will be the winds moving our way. Green mean winds moving toward. All right. So once again, you can see here we put a storm track, and this is going to be right on Sooner Road as we go to the east here. Looks like you have to pull out just a little bit. There you go. Midwest City, 749. So getting your tornado shelter, Midwest City, Tinker Air Force Base at 753. There you can see that circulation right there, 753 at Tinker Air Force Base. And then Woods at 837. So we're watching this area right here. Again, this is going to stay more than likely north of I-240 for a little while until I-240 and 40 meet back up again in eastern parts of Oklahoma County. But our greatest area of circulation right now continues to be just 1 mile west, maybe even a little bit closer now to Tinker Air Force Base, right on Sooner Road, southeast 44th Street, and southeast 59th Street. That is where we're seeing the circulation continuing, and it's going to be wrapped up in rain, but it looks like it has tightened up quite a bit. I mean, with the velocity that I'm picking up right now. Rusty, what are we using, OCO or TLX?
This is us. This is on our what we call F5 mode. It just allows us to pick up the strongest winds possible. It's a very fine-tuned radar. This is one of the best in the business that we're using right here. And there may be two areas of circulation, Damon. It kind of looks like there's one here and there may be one here. And I would probably put the southern one as the most danger. There's also a lot of wind. This is probably the rear flank downdraft where you're getting winds behind the storm of around 70 miles an hour. This is headed, whatever circulation is within the storm is headed right over Tinker Air Force Base. The winds, you know, I've got maybe 70 to 80, maybe a little bit stronger as it tightens up and as it cycles, it will pulse up and go back down. But this whatever this is going right over Tinker Air Force Base. One other danger, Damon, real quick, is that the roads across the metro on the southern side are completely jammed. I don't know why anyone's on the road right now. now, but you got to get off the road. There are additional tornadic cells that'll be moving back into southern Oklahoma County, all right, and into the northern sides of Cleveland County. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Way too many spotter reports of them not being able to move. Our storm chasers are having problems following these circulations because they're getting stuck not on back roads, Damon, but on major highways and interstates.
Those are supposed to be the roads that are supposed to be the quickest to go down, but again, the circulations can be right on Sooner Road. Chris Lee, we have you on the phone right now. What are you seeing?
Yeah, we're I-240 and Anderson Road, and as you said, traffic is just horrendous. We're trying to get off here at Anderson to turn around and get a shot of it, and of course, traffic is so bad, we're even on the shoulder trying to get to the exit, and we can't move here either. As you said, I don't know what all these people are doing out here running ahead of a tornadic thunderstorm, but we're having, it's almost gridlocked out here. Looking back at that storm towards Tinker Air Force Base, we did see the power flashes earlier. I don't see them, I have not seen any recently. I was concerned of the area a little bit south also, because it did appear that area was getting some rotation to the south of 240 just a little bit. So there's a lot of rotation, just seems like everywhere out here, and very, very strong rotation.
Yeah. All right, Chris. And of course, your storm, you're chasing to relay messages, and you're trying to do it so that you can let people know what it is you're seeing. Too many people on the road right now. That is not what we want to see. We still expect to see many areas of rotation. Let's go back over to Advantage Doppler HD here. And the reason why we're on this is because it looks like we might be getting a little bit of circulation, all right, just west of Moore, all right? So west of Moore, this would be still on the Oklahoma City side here, east of I-44, but it appears that there probably will be some circulation just right around southwest 119th Street, southwest 134th Street. That is going to be just west of Moore. Again, certainly no confirmation that there is anything there, but this is still part of the area that has a tornado warning, so we still have to treat it pretty seriously. Again, a tornado could certainly kick up any moment now, but still we're looking at this. The storm track would be taking it from the northwest down to the southeast. Again, this type of radar signature, again, is one that would put the greatest circulation there. Would probably be just east of I-44. Right on the county line here. This will be the county line right here, and you can see certainly not a very clean looking rotation, but again, here we are right here. You look at this and you see where these red and these greens kind of match up right here, and it just kind of goes ahead and puts that alarm in your head that says, you know what, this might be an area that we do have to watch pretty closely. This would be just north, it looks like right along east of May Avenue here. We're still in the Oklahoma City metro limits, so Shields Boulevard right here where you branch off on I-35 if you're driving northbound, and it kicks off to the west a little bit there. But this center of circulation would be just south of Southwest 89th Street, north of Southwest 119th Street. And again, these are going to be in the Oklahoma City metro limits, which is why they're given the number Southwest 119th there. They do get new numbers and new street identification as they go into more. Still nothing that says that is going to be a definite tornado right there, but again, you see this type of rotation, and you just can't put your guard down on it whatsoever. So south of Will Rogers World Airport, again, just west of Moore, right on I-44. That's going to be one area of rotation that we see here. Let's see here. Looking at some of our chat services that we have available, trying to see what our storm chasers are talking about. And again, it looks like there's going to be a circulation there. All right, as we draw the circulation here, right where that green and that red are coming together here, that would probably be more into Moore there at 759, and when we say Moore, that is going to be in the town limit there where the downtown is. So downtown Moore at 759, Norman at 815, Franklin at 827. Again, looking at this rotation right here, it looks like right now the center of rotation would be just west of Moore here, still in the Oklahoma City limits. It would be at Southwest 134th and Southwest 119th Street. Again, that's going to be Southwest 134th and 119th. Let's see here. It looks like they have canceled the tornado warning for Oklahoma County, canceled for Oklahoma County right now. Rusty, what are you seeing?
Damon, the Weather Service is saying that storm spotters are tracking a confirmed tornado 4 miles northwest of Moore. All right, so at least for a time, this circulation was on the ground. So, if you live in Moore, you got to get below ground right now, get to your safe area. At a time at least, they have a confirmed tornado that was on the ground. It's moving east-southeast, so this will be going through Moore. This is the circulation I'm tracking. And Damon, to be honest, there are so many circulations on the southern edge of this massive supercell. I can't keep up.
No, absolutely not. And so for those of us who are familiar, Southwest 134th Street, as that goes into Moore, that is then renamed South 4th Street. So we're still talking about areas that were impacted last week, but Southwest 134th Street would then become South 4th Street. So we're still going to be right on the Moore, Oklahoma City lines here, but that would be right along 4th Street. And I believe we're getting up just a little bit there near just north of Westmore, again with the circulation. The storm spotters in the chat that we had coming in said that they did indeed have a tornado. They didn't tell us whether it was a very large tornado, but they have a tornado. Let's zoom in real close here, Rusty, and put on a track here so we can look at this. This is 134th Street, which becomes 4th Street and Moore. Again, this area of circulation. Let's go ahead and put the area of circulation just west of Shields Boulevard. All right. Okay. Well, maybe it's a little bit farther to the east now. I tell you what, this is not like last week's setup where we could clearly see the circulation here. Once again, seeing the circulation and the winds, Southwest 134th and Southwest 119th Street. Remember, Southwest 134th is then renamed South 4th Street and Moore. We'll probably see the circulation right at the Oklahoma City, Moore County or Moore City, Oklahoma City limits right there, right on, this can be Penn Avenue there. So again, looks like that's where the circulation will be. If you're in Moore, you need to be in your tornado shelter right now. Again, if you're in Moore, you need to be in your tornado shelter right now, as we're still depicting what appears to be circulation that's going to be just at Southwest 134th Street, which then becomes South 4th Street and Moore. Inflow into this area where we're likely going to see if there's going to be a tornado or one trying to develop is going to be on 134th Street, and this is going to be right on May Avenue, Southwest 134th Street. That's still the Oklahoma City metro limits, but it then will move quickly into Moore City limits there. And again, Southwest 134th Street becomes 4th Street and Moore, which is going to be this area right here. Again, you can see the rotation is not very tight, but it's still evident there. It looks like many people, let's see here, many people are still reporting that looks like, yeah, there's definitely some rotation within this storm. Again, we don't have a confirmed tornado with this, but go ahead and just be safe and go into your tornado shelter. If you're living in Moore, without a doubt, you're definitely going to get some strong winds up around 70 to 90 miles per hour. All right, looks like let's look over at Tuttle. Excuse me, at Tuttle, and see what's going on there right now. It looks like we're getting some reports of a tornado that passed over Tuttle. Some people saying that there may have been some sheet metal kind of getting tossed around in there. Again, it looks like the sirens are sounding in Minco. Sirens sounding in Minco right now. I certainly don't see a clear tornadic signature that would be in Tuttle, but you can see some of the green and the red that is going to be paired up right next to each other. Rusty, go real quick. I'm going to take a drink of water.
Yeah, Damon, I mean, let's go to Doppler 3D real quick. And I just want everyone to see the extent of this one supercell. And here's the issue. Up and down the southern edge, you have inflow notches, you have areas of rotation. Any one of that southern edge could produce a tornado. I mean, that is just the environment that we're in. We continue to try and follow all the reports of all the different areas of circulation. There is one in Moore right now. You can kind of see the inflow notch. Here it is, kind of coming into the west side of Moore. So when we see that void, you can certainly notice that on the west side of the metro. Again, that was a storm spotter confirmation, at least for a time, of a tornado that was on the ground on the western side. Well, not on the western sides of Moore, but to the northwest of Moore. There's another appendage sticking out near the Tuttle area. That's another inflow area. That's another possibility of another tornado spot. If you live in Bridge Creek or Newcastle, be aware of that. Down the line, the storm has barely drifted to the south. Again, right now, There is a tornado warning on the southwest side of this line. It includes southern Canadian County and the northern sides of both Caddo and Grady counties right now. This is headed towards 152 and 81, Minco and the Union City areas. And again, that one, there still is some rotation with that, Damon. That one is still broad, but this is the environment we're dealing with, Damon. There's going to be multiple vortices along the southern flank of this supercell. Each of those could produce a lot of wind and a possible tornado. The secondary issue with this, Damon, we're starting to get some flooding reports. It is raining so hard out there. Several inches of rain is going to cause a lot of flash flooding.
You know, we're picking up probably going to be between 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. When we look at these radars, and again, we're dissecting these storms live on television for you, so we got to look at all sorts of products. And again, we have all these inflow areas where tornadoes are likely just going to spin up. You can see some spinning right there, maybe a little bit of circulation going on right around Tuttle, just north of Newcastle, west of Moore. And while we have all these circulations, you can get a tornado that spins up pretty quickly, but this is not like last week where we were watching one area that was moving in and you could clearly see the tornado within that. This is not that type of event. This is a completely different type of situation. And so while we do have the potential to see some spin ups here and the potential for some tornadoes, all these are likely going to be rain wrapped, so you need to go into your tornado shelters. Again, if you're living in Moore, you need to go back into your shelters. Again, this is still going to be a situation we got to watch. Let's go over to Advantage Doppler HD. Advantage Doppler HD. So here we are right now. This is going to be the inflow. This is going to be a tornado warning area. This is going to be for Moore. All right, so Southwest 4th Street. This becomes 4th Street and Moore. 149th becomes 19th Street and more. Looks like right now we're getting winds that are going to be up around 60 miles per hour, gate-to-gate velocity around 80 miles per hour. This is going to be some of the same regions that were impacted by last Monday's tornado there, but still, we are watching these velocities very quickly because we know just how fast a tornado can pick up here. So again, we're analyzing this live on air, and you can see all of these, it's very pixelated, but still, if there's going to be a tornado or rotation, it's going to be right in between 149th and 134th Street. That is going to be right along Western Avenue, and that is going to be moving to the southeast here. That's going to be southeast, and now it looks like the circulation is going to be passing over 19th Street. So this is going to be moving down to the south. This is going to likely cross this circulation area. Is going to cross just south of the Warren Theater. It's going to be just west of the Lowe's. This is going to cross over 19th Street here. It's going to move over I-35. Again, it's more than likely going to pass just maybe a block south of the Warren Theater, and then it's going to move over Broadway as it crosses over I-35, so Broadway, and then crossing the Indian Hills Road. So this is going to stay south of, this is likely going to stay predominantly south of 4th Street and Moore, and this is likely going to continue to move, make its way into Norman. So 759 and Moore, and then the Norman, the northern sections of the Norman city limits there, probably about 805 or so. Chris Lee, what are you seeing?
Yeah, we are really stuck in traffic here. If you look at my stream, and I know it's very dark, this is underneath the bridge on Hiawassee at 240. Traffic is just stopped. People are actually abandoning their cars and going up underneath the bridge here to take shelter. I don't know why traffic is stopped. It's where we merge 240 and 40, everybody going eastbound. What I would like to show you, just to notice, you look at the traffic coming westbound, there is none. It's shut down. I-240 westbound is shut down, as it should be. I'm just not sure why this the road is so clogged up going to eastbound. We are hearing tornado sirens going off. I'm not sure if this is Oklahoma City or if we're still hearing Tinker. We're a little ways away from Tinker. But we're seeing any kind of rotation at this time because we're really not able to see we're starting to get in the rain. We're not able to see the definition on the storm that we were.
Okay, Chris. Well, and just kind of looking at the Moore situation, we have been getting reports of a tornado coming down. It appears that just from what we have seen within our radar products here is that it might be one of those that kind of briefly touches down and comes back up. Certainly nothing like what we had last week, okay? But still, we are getting reports of tornado kind of coming down, then spinning back up, and then coming down again. From the reports we've heard, they're not very strong tornadoes, but a tornado is a tornado. tornado. And again, we do need to make sure that we are in our shelters and more. Again, the velocity has not been anything that would tell us that this would be anything higher than an EF1 tornado if there's going to be one in there. That still can change, but still, I know and more, still very sensitive, as many of us are across the entire metro and state here, that there might be, again, some spin-ups that are coming out of this storm that's coming now through more. Even looks like we might be getting some winds that are rushing out of this line here. Again, it looks like we might be getting some gusty winds that are now kind of pushing right on through Norman, but still, nonetheless, we have lots of circulation areas within this, and to say that there is a definite tornado within any of these, it's very difficult, but treat them as if there's going to be a tornado in there and just wait until we've given you the all clear. But still, you can see circulation looks like there's going to be one that's going to be over Lake Stanley Draper, I do believe. It's going to be this right here. That's going to be where you see the red and the green. So that's over Lake Stanley Draper. That's going to be one area of circulation. This is going to be back into the Oklahoma City metro limits here, which means 119th and 134th to the west. There's another area of circulation. All of these all of this area right here will likely see some circulation. This right here, just around Minco, I do believe they are sounding the sirens in Minco. Looks like inflow coming in right here, and again looks fairly. Let me look at it over here on my computer here. Looks like it's still fairly broad, but it's still within that. So Minco looks like circulation coming in, and again that is going to be another area of concern. The winds can come up into this anywhere. I mean, really, if you're anywhere on the leading edge of this, from basically Minco to Tuttle to Newcastle to Moore, the potential for there to be a tornado is going to exist simply because all these winds, these strong southerly winds, are coming in, and you're going to get that rotation. Once again, let's see here. We're still watching this area right now. Let's see, Norman's going to be here. Moore, looks like a little inflow area just now well east of Moore. We're now back into the Oklahoma City metro limits. So now we're back into Oklahoma City metro limits. Let's see here. Jeremy Carter, someone get in touch with Jeremy Carter. He just tried calling me, so I'm on the phone because he's probably got something important to say. But still, it looks like we got one inflow area near Newcastle, more inflow just east of Moore. Moore, I do believe, now looking at all the velocity data that I have coming in, if there's going to be any type of tornado, something trying to spin up, it is going to be closer to Indian Hills Road. Closer to Indian Hills Road. Okay, yeah, so here we are. It looks like this is going to be south of 19th Street, Broadway Street. This is the same, this runs out of 19th, and then it kind of cuts a little bit down to the southeast here. Broadway, 19th Street. This is going to be right at the intersection of 19th and Broadway. So this is going to be, there's a PetSmart, Best Buy right here. So we're on the east side there of the PetSmart and the Best Buy right along Broadway. Chris Lee, what do you have?
Yeah, we are just to the where 240 and 40 come together. As you said, an area of rotation right here, just to the south of the road. You can see kind of the inflow area, that little finger kind of sticking over the road. It is not down to the ground, but that motion is from left to right into the circulation just to the south of the highway. But still very slow going out here. It looks like 40, it looks like there's almost no traffic on 40, and I'm not sure what they have closed down up here ahead of us that's causing problems. But there's still a lot of traffic problems. And like I said, we're just looking at this area right here, just off to the south side of the interstate, to see what kind of rotation there is there. Nothing on the ground, but we're watching it to see what it's going to do. Fortunately, it looks like some of this rotation in this area is not as strong as it was earlier in the day.
We have a new tornado warning right now, and this is going to be more for Cleveland County. It does include Norman, so we had the circulation area. We've also got a ton of rain. Right now, we're going to have a flooding threat going on, and what appears to be near Yukon, they've already picked up 5 inches of rain almost since this storm started. So we've got close to 5 inches of rain in Canadian County, and then we've got 2 to 3 inches of rain coming into the metro. Flooding will be an issue. Jeremy Carter, you're on the phone right now. Where are you and what are you seeing?
Damon, I look back to my left. It is a very obvious wall cloud. I'm in Norman, or I guess I'd say back behind me, in northeast Noble. We're stuck in traffic, and we've just been doing all we can do to keep from getting caught up in the storm ourselves at this point. We're virtually just more or less part of the running crowd.
Well, yeah, you're kind of telling us the same thing there, Jeremy, that we've been hearing a lot. This traffic is unbelievable. Again, this is a tornado warning that has now been issued for western McLean County, central Cleveland County. Now, this is not a tornado emergency, okay? So we do not have a tornado emergency for this. This is a tornado warning here. But you can see this is going to be for those of us in Norman, still Moore. So Norman, Moore, Noble, Slaughterville, Goldsby, and Lake Thunderbird. Again, this has the potential for this storm right here to kick up a tornado. Even if we don't see a tornado kicked up out of this, we're still likely going to see some very powerful straight line winds coming out of this. Winds are likely going to be up around 90 miles per hour with this on this leading edge. So Norman at 824, Franklin at 832.